What? My
Here we
name's
are.
Paul.
Hello, good morning. This is Bev.
Hello, Bev. How are
Hello.
you?
Oh, I'm just fine. How about you?
Well, we're going to talk about that today.
All will be revealed.
Sheesh, what a week. My
What a
God,
week.
I'll tell you. So, we're going to talk about it because our question for today is, can biotouch be used in a medical setting?
What do you say, Paul? Can it?
Oh, it's been one hell of a medical setting. So we're going to talk about my experience of working with Jenny and her knee replacement in the hospital, out of the hospital, with the PT, out of the PT, around the corner, down the street, up the hill.
And she's
uh,
not even walking.
God, up in the middle of the night, pain med here, death. But anyhow, we're going to share with you about that. But we're going to have a good show today. I'm going to ask Bev, how's the weather in Oregon?
Oh, well, it's not spring yet. It's gray and rainy and a little chilly. Yeah.
well, there you go. We got spring here. All the irises are blooming. The
Oh,
past couple
yes.
of days, they've been
Well, here
blooming.
too, yes, I must
Oh,
say.
well,
Trees are budding out. Oh my
well,
goodness.
yeah, we already
I
have
know.
the cottonwoods are already blooming down here. So, well,
Oh,
there you go. So we're on a roll. All
yep.
right. So we're going to share with you a lot this morning. The first thing we want to share with you, though, is we have a new certified practitioner. There he is, Sagul, in the United UAE and near Dubai. And he just got certified. When did we meet with him? Friday?
Friday?
Yeah. And it's Dr. Zagul, yeah?
Yes, he
So,
certainly is.
yeah, so Bev's the one that worked with him. Tell us a little about him and a little testimonial that he wrote.
Oh my goodness. Well, he's an amazing doctor. He's a doctor without drugs. And so BioTouch is perfect for him. And he works with children with autism and Down syndrome. And he's a speech therapist and does all kinds of other things. And so he wanted to add yet another loving tool to his practice and found BioTouch. And oh my goodness, it was just a total honor to work with this amazing guy. He's just doing incredible work with these children and gave us quite a few some beautiful pictures and a couple of case studies that he was just blown away by some of the results that he had with BioTouch working with some of these children. It's just very inspiring. So, on the day that on Friday, I guess his very last class, online class, he sent a little testimony, um, kind of as a preface to his answers to this class. And so I would like to just read what this amazing doctor has to say. It's kind of his personal input on what he thinks BioTouch is. So bear with me, and I'm going to read it. And he says, "How wonderful to be a certified practitioner of BioTouch. How wonderful it is to love myself and others and help others with loving themselves. By a slight touch, a butterfly touch, I was wondering why a baby would calm down crying as soon as I hugged him. Why does a sad person calm down when I just wipe or touch his head with a caring touch? I know now it's the touch effect. I know now that touch affects the chemistry of the body and modifies the mood. It stimulates the body and stimulates the immune system, and the body's ability to self heal increases. It is great to convey this love of lively touch to people." And that is just a lovely little
Amazing. Yeah, I mean,
testimony from him.
working with him has just been such an inspiration, all
Yeah.
through online. I mean, Bev's been working with him for a few months now, all through
Yeah.
online. So it's
Yeah.
easy, folks, to learn this technique. And we have questions that we give you. We check your points, and we wanted to share, from our manual, just exactly what Dr. Zagul was talking about. And here's our picture of our. Whoops, that's not the picture. There's the picture of the manual. And in our preface, it says many eminent physicians, well, we just talked about one, have speculated that the usual arbitrary distinction drawn between the body and the mind is not appropriate. The liver, when stimulated, secretes bile. The heart pumps blood. The brain is the center of organization which correlates data and secretes thought. While each internal organ has a specific function, it does not act independently from other organs and systems. Also, many scientists have speculated that the body's inherent healing abilities involve subtle emanations, which, though not yet fully understood by the scientific community, are recognized as part of every living organism. So, our picture's out, but I think we're still online, and it's connecting again. Are you there, Bev? We're going to find her here in a minute. It's connecting. Hold on, folks. We are having technical difficulties. Let me see if she's coming on or not. Our internet went out. Dang. There she is. We're back, folks. A little
Okay.
blip.
Yeah. Woo.
A little blip there, huh?
Yeah.
Yep, good old internet. Let me see if we're back online here. It looks like it. Yep, we're back. Sorry about that little blip. Technical difficulties. We love it. Tune in next week for more
For the
help
rest
with
of the
it.
show.
I don't know what went out, but we were talking here about many scientists have speculated that the body's inherent healing abilities involve subtle emanations, which, though not yet fully understood by the scientific community, are recognized as part of every living organism.
Ooh.
So, what, hold on, let me redo this page here. We're having a hell of a time here.
Yeah.
Good morning, Bev and Paul. There's Jenny's with us. I hope, Jenny, let us know if you're still, I think we're still on. So, Jenny, let us know if you can still hear us. It just dropped out for a moment.
Yep.
Oh, whew, that was
well,
damn this stuff.
We have to, it's just an internet. It just is
just a
beyond
thing.
Beyond our control sometimes.
Right. So I think we're back online, and we're here talking about how BioTouch can be used in a medical setting. And Genny, who's with us, is the one that we worked with. So let's talk about this, what Dr. Zagul did, and about the eminent, subtle emanations of healing that the body has. And what do we call it? It's just love.
That's right.
Tell us about that.
Well, I think what's beginning to happen is we're starting to get an idea that this wholeness that we are, remembering that we're a whole, we're mental, emotional, physical. And when we talk about BioTouch as being holistic or integrative, this is what we're talking about, that the body holds all of this within it, and all these subtle emanations or aspects of ourselves begin to respond over time to the one thing that everything responds to, because it's inherently love. So what BioTouch does is it creates a field of opportunity for the body to come into a complete healing. And that body responds to this loving touch. This is why we can heal. This is why Anita Morjani was able to heal, as you pointed out many times. The only thing that created and offered that was this sense of this innate lovingness that we are. It's our nature.
Right.
And BioTouch creates that for us. That's why I always say it helps us remember.
Right, and that's more of, instead of, it's not about any doing, because it is inherent in all of us. It's not something you have to go get, which is why we don't really charge for doing it, because how can you charge people for something they already possess? That's sort of like smoke and screens or something.
Right.
Smoke and mirrors, smoke and screens.
Yeah, smoke and mirrors.
It's like, you've got it, folks, with the two fingers. And so that's, what I got a chance to learn here in the past week. in working with Genny as she had a new knee put in, which just the thought of that is weird to me. You just
I know.
cut your
It's
leg and you stick
amazing.
this new thing in there.
Yeah.
By the way, she's doing really well. She's actually walking around today. It's only been 4 days, 5 days,
Wow.
but it was as we talked about it yesterday, how we were going to talk about it on the show. It was a nurturing experience.
Mm.
You know, it was bringing this technique. It was a lot of preset work. A lot of before the operation, getting ready. A couple of weeks, few weeks before, just working on metabolism, working on stress, touching around the knee, touching,
Right.
the headset. Um, and it's like Dr. Zalgul said, it's touch,
Hmm.
just that simple thing of touch. And so I think what BioTouch probably is doing is resurrecting the reputation of touch.
Right.
Yeah, we've had so much negativity about touch and
Oh, I
sexual
know.
assault and sexual predators and sexual this and
Invading somebody's space.
yeah, that now, I mean, and with BioTouch, you're really getting into somebody's space.
Yeah.
I mean, you're touching that solar plexus there, which is like the energy vortex of the
It is a
body.
very sacred, it's a sacred space. It's very
Yes.
vulnerable. It makes us feel very vulnerable.
And the interesting thing is, it's a very powerful medical place.
It
That
is.
solar plexus, where it's actually called the semi-lunar ganglia. So the two moons, coming together
Yeah.
and meeting in the solar plexus, the moons and the sun. I mean, you could go on and on with this stuff. But medically, all those nerve fibers meet in that area, and so
Yeah.
we're touching that. The
Right.
very first place we touch, very gently, is in that center of our whole body, our whole being. That thing that houses whatever you want to call it.
Boy, that first touch, what does it do though? Click, it opens and unlocks that powerful place, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That greeting. Yeah.
So that's again why what we say is all you can do is the greeting. I mean, I was working on the greeting the minute Genny came out of that recovery room, the minute she was in the post pre-op room, and there was an interesting part of that I think all of you really need to understand is you become the messenger for bringing love into the medical system. I mean, I'll tell you, the medical system, this hospital, St. Joseph's, did an amazing job of trying to help you feel calm and comfortable from the very first time at 4:30 in the morning you're checking in. And the girls there at the desk were kind. The woman who comes in to take you to the back was kind. These people, I think we've raised the vibration of the hospital setting. I mean, the anesthesiologist, the nurse who puts the IVs in, everybody was,
Everybody.
yeah, was trying to be conscious. And then when they would see me, because I had no qualms about doing it in front of everybody,
Right.
it opened them up to even more. Like they'd always say, well, what are you doing? Well, this is BioTouch. Go to justtouch.com.
Yeah.
So all of us can be the messenger of bringing love and touch into the medical system and the empowerment of patients and family members having something you can do in these usual scary situations. I mean,
Yeah. Oh,
you talk about anxiety. So just doing the greeting, helps the person that's going in for the operation, but really gives you something to do. It empowers the person who's sitting there, the caregiver. It
mm-hmm.
empowers us to have that sense of it's a connection on a deeper level. That's what
Yeah.
Genny and I were talking about
Right.
yesterday.
Yes. Well, the whole point of supposedly an institution like a hospital, they're there to care for the patient. So, you know, whatever's going on in that whole medical community these days, good things and not so good things can happen you can get sick from a staph infection in a hospital. So, but bringing BioTouch into that mix and introducing that in this caring facility just engages everybody there. And as you say, brings more of a message of even a deeper caring for. when they start, participating or just acknowledging or just seeing you do this light loving touch with her. And of course it's going to stimulate them, like, what are you doing? Because I
Right.
think, whether we think so or not, we recognize biotouch when we see somebody touching another
Right.
person like that. You're like,
Right.
what is that? you know
Exactly. I think that's really important too. It reawakens within us the ability for all of us to do healing work.
right, we got it,
Yeah,
we've got
just
this. And
by seeing it.
that's a familiar to me.
Right.
It's familiar to us.
That's a good point. So we're encouraging everybody, start using BioTouch in your healthcare system. Do that 21-day program. Just do the greeting on one another. 30 seconds is all it can take. We also talked about. So I'm going to quote a little bit of what Genny said here, and we were talking about it yesterday. There she is, pretty Genny, and she says, BioTouch was like going home. I think I am today because of BioTouch. It always reminds the body of going home, that I am safe and I'm not going to die.
Isn't that the first, when I read that, I thought, well, there it is, because we're talking about the hope. Now, we all know when our chosen time is, we're all going to die.
Right.
But that sense of what Genny was, um, I'm going to be okay. Whatever's, BioTouch, that's why it's such an amazing gift for us, because it gives us this sense of there's something beyond this, that what we're seeing, our five senses, that gives us this ability to be something greater than what we think we are. It's this hope that there's something, this whole sense of loving is the hope
Right.
that whatever's going on in the planet right now, and the fear and the separateness, something, not something like, but BioTouch, I really believe, is here to help us in this transition of forgetting that we are innately love, and the love that's waiting for us to embrace, that's always been there. It's
Right.
it's this bridging. And so Genny is feeling this hope that this caring and loving touch has given her in this, you know, experience she's just been through.
Right. And living, living. I mean, it's sort of emotional in me. There's tears welling up because it really is about living life that we call life in this body to its fullest. I mean, it was funny. The first thing she did when she came home, she went out on the porch, looked at the rocks, the birds, all the fairies in the trees, and just said, "It's okay. I made it. They didn't kill me. I'm still alive.
I'm still
I
here.
didn't die."
Right.
And you're right. It's BioTouch was that innate thing that she going home. So at each point that we did that BioTouch, there's this, that going within
Yeah.
and meshing, melding those two, the physical and the spiritual, and that's such a powerful thing that we say to people, you don't have to be an all kind, loving person. You just do BioTouch with all your lovingness and all your raunchiness, all
Right.
your judgments and all your loving thoughts, that's a powerful technique, and
Yes.
um,
Yeah.
and
Well, it's all life.
yeah,
It's all one life, whether you're talking about the body or whether you're talking about the non-body. It's all living in life. And that's what I'm saying about BioTouch. While we're here in this body, it reminds us of something greater. It lets us experience something greater than just this ego that we identify ourselves with,
right. It's
because there's a greater identification. It's called love.
So, folks, let's just take a little moment here to teach you the greeting. It's all you need to do to help you go back home.
The greeting is always performed at the beginning of each session. It's the only set that uses one hand and the only set that indicates which hand to use. The greeting is performed with the dominant hand. If you are right-handed, use your right hand. If you are left-handed, use your left hand. The greeting is made by touching at point 1, which is in the fleshy area just below the bottom of the breastbone or sternum. Hold this point for 6 to 8 seconds. Then, with the same 2 fingers, touch point 2 on the back. To find point 2, look for the big bone at the base of the neck. From here, move 1 to 1.5 inches to the left. This is point 2. Hold this point for 6 to 8 seconds. More than one associate may work with a recipient provided that all of the associates perform the greeting. If the associate or the recipient leaves the session, or if someone who hasn't done the greeting touches either the recipient or the associate, the greeting must be reestablished. Then the session may proceed from where...
There you go. There's a family working together that they can use at any time they need it.
I will just say, make a start, make a beginning. Just start practicing the greeting with each other, right? That's how it begins.
That's how it begins. If you want to be part of the 21-day challenge, justtouch.com. Go there, contact us. We'll send you a little reminder every so often on how to practice just doing the greeting. Just start it now. Let's all go back home. Let's all just bring love, especially during this time of panic and frustration and everybody wondering what the hell's happening. Let's just touch.
Yep.
Hey, Bev.
I have that.
Damn, that was a good show, even though it had a little blip in there.
Oh, well.
Well, we'll cut that out maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. Edit.
Hey, everybody, go to justtouch.com. Learn BioTouch. Join us every Monday at 10 o'clock. And Bev and I just love sharing the love of BioTouch with you.
We do.
Yeah. Thank you, Bev. Good to see you again.
Paul.
Yeah.
You too.
And we'll go for it.
I was just going to say, have a great week.
Yeah.
If pain has got you down and you live in town, take a trip down to Pima Street. The people down there are people who care. They will get you back on your feet. Put love into action. Put love into action. If you ever want to have any real satisfaction, choose love while you still can. Don't even try to understand. A healing grace in your own hands. Put love into action.